modal verbs. What are the modal verbs? Can, could, must, have to, should, would, will, shall. These are the modal verbs. Now let's start with can and could. Can and could are used to express ability or power. Can is the present ability, could for past ability. For example, I can speak the languages. I can speak 3 languages. I could speak French. So presently I can speak 3 languages, but in the past I could speak French as I was living there. Another example, she can play the piano. I could smell something burning. Can tells about the offer. For example, can I help you? So here I'm offering somebody, I'm offering help. I can send this letter for you. Now I have the ability to send the letter for you, and here I'm offering the help for you. Could is used to tell about the suggestion in the past. For example, I could help you with Spanish. Next example, they could go to the movies if you are interested. So these are the suggestion for past action. Now possibility, both can and could used for the possibility. Can, smoking can cause cancer. So this is the possibility. If you smoke, then it can cause cancer. It can get very hot there these days. And for could, now can and could for requesting. Can, informal request, but could is formal request. Now for example, can you hand me the pencil? You are talking to your friend or brother. But could is very formal request. For example, could you hand me the pencil? You are talking to someone elder to you or respected to you. One more example, can I go to the park? You are requesting your parents. And could I go to the park? You are requesting your teacher. Now to talk about permission also, we can use can and could. For example, can I borrow your notebooks? Can I speak to Mary? So in a informal way, but when you use could, it is bit formal way. Now let's discuss about the use of shall and will. First about shall. In assertive sentence or positive sentence, shall in the first person gives information about the future action. For example, I shall be much obliged to you. We shall reach Delhi today. Shall also can be used in the second and third person, but there should be some determination. For example, they shall work hard. You shall do what he has told to you. This states the determination And talking about the determination, we can use shall with second and third person. Now to talk about politeness also, we can use shall with second and third person. And about popularity, shall is less commonly used but can be used. Now if you talk about the use of will, in assertive sentence, will in the second and the third person indicates pure future action, like she will go to Kanpur on Monday. Will also can be used in the first person to denote promise. For example, we'll do better next time. Threatening. For example, I will dismiss you. We will expose her. Now even to talk about the willingness. For example, don't worry, we'll lend you some money. And about determination. For example, will not surrender. If we talk about showing or expressing politeness, shall is more polite than will. For example, shall I go out, sir? Shall I leave, sir? The use of modal verb should to tell about the advice. For example, you should eat more fruits and vegetables. I think we should wait for her. You should take a break and get some rest. Now, this is all somebody is advising someone. And to tell about the obligation also, like you should walk to work, you should save some money, you should do more exercise, or even we should obey our elders. So this is all about the obligation. We use should for telling about the probability or expectation. For example, a ticket to Paris should cost a lot. This shouldn't be Mark's house. I smell bread baking. There should be a bakery nearby. So this is about the possibility, probability, or expectation. We'll use should. We use some semi-modals like used to or ought to, need. Used to tell about the repeated action in the past. For example, I used to go to market when I was a child. I used to go to the stadium when I was a child. Like ought to, just like a should, but there is a bit difference. Like ought to use for the moral duty or insistent advice. Strict recommendation, for that we use ought to. For example, we ought to love our country. We ought not to walk on the right side of the road. Now need simply used for telling about the necessity, like you need to work hard to get good marks. Let's discuss the use of must, like obligation, to state about the obligation, like you must wear a seat belt when you drive. And deduction, like certain something is true. Look at all that snow, it must be cold outside. To emphasize necessity, plants must have light and water to grow. Strong recommendation, for example, we get together for dinner soon. Now must not is prohibition, like you must not use your phone while driving. If we discuss about the difference between the use of must and have to, must expresses obligation imposed by the speaker, while have to express external obligations. For example, teacher, you must complete this essay by Friday. This is the obligation imposed by the teacher. And the student, what the student reply? We have to complete the essay by Friday. This is external obligation. Now let's discuss about the use of would. First, to tell about the offering. For example, I would help you with learning Spanish. They would go to the movie if you want. So this is offering. Request, would you hand me the pencil? Would you help me? This is requesting, a quite formal request. And even for refusal we can use would. For example, he would not lend the car to me, or she would not let him use her computer. Now tell about the conditionals we have discussed. If she won the lottery, she would travel the world. If I had a car, I would drive around the world. So this is the condition. To state about the future in the past, how? For example, he promised he would tutor me, or she said she would see her sister tomorrow. So that is what promised in the past, to help him or her in future. Now let's discuss the use of may and might. The key difference between may and might is that may is the present form and might is the past form of may. Now let's discuss about may first. May is used in many different situations. For example, to give permission. You may go home now, John. Now it is giving permission. To ask for permission, like may I come in? To talk about a possible situation in the present or the future also we use. For example, if you park your car here, the police may tow it away. Now to express a wish or hope, for example, may you be blessed with a lot more candles to blow out. To refer to a thing that typically happen in a certain situation. For example, a false move may lose the game. If we talk about the use of might is the past tense of may. For example, he might get there in time, but I can't be sure. To ask for permission also we use might. For example, might I bring you a cup of tea? To refer to something that could have been in the past, we use might. For example, she might have been killed if the neighbors hadn't invented. To talk about a hypothetical or remotely possible situation. For example, if you flatter your mother a bit, she might invite us all to dinner. So this is the use of may and might. If we talk about the possibility, may is more possibility than might have less possibility. Okay, for example, it may rain tonight, so there is more possibility of raining. If we talk about if might rain tonight, means there is less possibility of rain. Okay, next you make notes on whatever we discussed here. If you get any doubt, you feel free to call me or text me and discuss about whatever doubt you have. Thank you.